most of the time you see people see what you call tilapia zili or the lay milk called buka. More buka in Liberia because of the presence of the wetland which has mangroves, and these mangroves can breed fish.
So we have vast wetlands, like we have forests,
Yeah.
the rainforest.
Yeah.
Do we have a great deal of wetlands?
Yeah, in fact, the wetland, most of what the wetland engage into when you want to go when you want to be specific is blue carbon.
Okay.
The blue carbon is almost 4 times more in terms of absorbing CO2 than even the green carbon, which is the forest. So the mangroves you see has a tendency to trap about 5 million metric ton of carbon per annum. So it's of serious significance that I cannot just overemphasize. So we are doing everything to ensure that the wetland is protected, that intense publicity is made. Today we will have young students from around Margibi County who will have quizzing. There were environmental intellectual activities to ensure that our young generation have and they are informed about the significance of the wetland and stop abusing this wetland, because environmental issues are human issues, environmental rights are human rights. And so on our leadership, on the dynamic leadership of Professor Wilson K. Tape and myself, we've been working exceedingly hard to ensure that environmental messages are preached all around. And I can tell you, Liberians have been coming to grab, to understand, the importance of the environment. Just yesterday, I presided over an administrative hearing at the EPA where a guy, a community dweller in Mabakle had complained a gas station to the EPA because in his observation, the gas station, there was a leak. It was leaching, meaning it was leaking from honor, and it was affecting their well, which was leading to his children and other people getting sick and having eyes issue. So when the complaint was given us, we decided to dispatch a team of technicians first to do physical verification. When that physical verification was done, we recommended additional intense scientific research by the team, and then the Department of Environmental Research and Standard went there, and we concluded that yes, the community dweller were right. The presence of gas station that is causing harm to the environment. So you see, if that community dweller did not have trust in the EPA, if we were not having awareness and telling people about the essence of the environment, that person would not have come to the EPA this morning, you see. So EFPC too has been helping us to disseminate that message, right? So we are grateful to you, and we are grateful to the Liberian people for taking the message very calmly and using it effectively for the sustainability of the environment.
Great. Just finally, before we move to the next topic, who serves as keynote speaker today?
The keynote speaker today, I may not tell you.
Okay.
I may not tell you because I may not tell you who serves as keynote speaker, but I may not tell you right now.
No problem. Let's move to February 4th.
Yeah.
Tell us what's happening.
Look, February 4th is going to be a massive day. It's going to be a very, very massive day, family. It's going to be a very, very massive day. Liberians, we are gathering in our mass. We are gathering for one purpose. We are gathering to tell President we are thank you, not just to nominate him. We are gathering on February 4th. We are conglomerating. We have galvanized to send a message out there on February 4th. So you ask what is happening on February 4th. Let me first tell you why February 4th, then you know what the gathering is about. Liberians are gathering on February 4th to send a glaring message to tell President we are thank you first, to say thank you for increasing the budgetary allocation to the Liberian National Police, where more than $3 million in fiscal year 2022 has been achieved. That's why Liberians are gathering on February 4th. Liberians are gathering on February 4th to say thank you to President we are for investment into the police size. When we came, we met the police size very tiny, and it could not cope with the growing population of Liberia and the increase in crime and some other illegal activities. So they are gathering to say thank you to the President for investing into police uniform. And not just that, the fire service, when this government came to power, there were fewer trucks at the fire service. Liberians are gathering February 4th to say, thank you, President, we are for having a focus on fire service, for procuring more than 10 brand new trucks. And also, thank you for ensuring that there is a crackdown on the drugs enforcement of Liberia, where the largest drugs bust was done in Liberia history. We talk about more than $100 million worth of cocaine was busted. Social inclusion and traditional governance. People are gathering also on February 4th from all across Liberia, the length and breadth of Liberia, the 4 cardinal points of Liberia. People are gathering on February 4th to say thank you for the construction of more than 20 new markets building for marketeers, for our mothers, for our sisters, for our brothers, for our aunties and uncles who were seeing immersive structure, venting for that daily living. They are going to say thank you for the 1,000 propo homes across the 15 counties where Liberians who for the first time they were living in palm thatches, they did not have access to commode, to electricity, to pipe-borne water. Liberians are gathering on February 4th across the 15 political subdivision to say thank you, President. We trust your leadership. We trust your leadership from providing vehicles for traditional leaders across the country for the first time. Traditional leaders today, I have access to these vehicles, and of course for macroeconomic growth and prosperity, right? They are saying thank you for re-establishing our macroeconomic stability, for making Liberia to be very swift and to grow out of reception, out of a bad governance inherited by the Unity Baka and Joseph Yuma Baka, for improving and reforming our governance of the central bank, for initiating policy that prevented us from borrowing, from spending in the space of what we raise, for being fiscal discipline, for enhancing fiscal prudence and fiscal discipline. Macroeconomic stability. Liberians are gathering on February 4th to say thank you. Thank you to President We are for printing $48 billion of Liberian currency without inflation, for instituting more value into our local currency. That is why Liberians are gathering to say thank you. Thank you for the largest drop of inflation rate from 40% currently to about 6.9%, and which is seen as the fastest and most spectacular drop in inflation history in our country. And that was mentioned by the president in the State of the Nation address, to be precise. Also, we are gathering on February 4th for the military men are in Makibi County who for the first time has not seen a military hospital to get a state-of-the-art care. We are gathering to say thank you, President We are for building the first military hospital and equipping it. Not just that, you went to Western Liberia and build the Embry Hospital, where the old lady that I met last month who are struggling for healthcare now will no longer struggle for healthcare, because there is a referral hospital there that is equipped and has all of the technological sophistication to ensure that our people there are catered to. Not just that, we've also erecting the new redemption hospital in Ikrutam. That is why Liberians are gathering to say thank you to you, President We are. Thank you for the additional 2,500 health workers that have been placed on the payroll after our donors panel pulled out. After they said we no longer have funds to continue this endeavor. The Liberian government, out of responsibility, out of intense fiscal discipline, say we've created a fiscal space to accommodate these health workers. They are not going home. They are not going to be job. Their parents are not going to be left homeless. Their sons and daughters, their children, their family are not going to be left hopeless. We are going to accommodate them on a payroll. And so that was done. Not just that, when this government came to power, 700 United States dollars was to take home for doctors, professional people who are curing life every day. This government, under the dynamic leadership of President George, we have said no. Enough is enough. There was a 1,300 increment. Today, as I speak to you, there has been an increment of doctor pay, monthly pay, from 700 United States dollars to 2,000 United States dollars. People are gathering at the ATS to say, thank you, President we trust your leadership ability. It has been proven, it is tested, it is tangible, it is traceable. Thank you for your free education policy. Thank you for the free WAS fees that have benefited over 40,000 students yearly. Thank you for building 28 high schools and 18 early childhood schools around the country. Thank you for giving 3,500 supplementary teachers permanent status. Thank you for the pay of 3,500 supplementary teachers, like I said. And
so it is not just a program of nomination, but gratitude.
It's gratitude. It's appreciation. It's like saying, okay, for long we've yearned for development. For long we've yearned for road connectivity. Thank you for the road you built across the country. Thank you for connecting Lokato to Ganta. Thank you for the more than 233 kilometers of primary roads since 2018. Thank you for being the only president on track to pave the Ganta to Hapo Highway. Thank you for the more than 116 kilometers of urban community road connectivity. Thank you for commencing the construction of the RIA road for the first time in the history of our nation. No president has adequately and practically thought about expanding that road, which is a major corridor. It's the face of Liberia. When you are leaving from the RIA, coming to Monrovia, that is the gateway. That is the first impression about Liberia. That road has been in a destitute state for almost 200 years. Liberians are saying thank you for imaging Liberia. Thank you for imaging our country. Thank you for the continuation of the more than 620 kilometers of primary roads across our country. You've built several roads, the MPA road, the MPRC road, the Maritime road. Thank you for improving the APM terminal. This is the reason why Liberians are gathering. Thank you for securing the full fundings for the corridor of road between Totan and Gantad in Zwaju, Grand County. Thank you for all of these things. So you are asking why February 4th? February 4th, for all of these reasons, Liberians are gathering to say we don't trust people who have struggled with their lifestyle. Liberians are gathering to say no, we do not trust people who only have a profile in selling Coca-Cola and they've never served in government before. They only have an imaginary corporate experience, and you want to come here and sit a man who is qualified. Matter of fact, Liberians are gathering to tell the world that in 2023 election, President Weah will be the most competent, the most qualified, and the most experienced person contesting for the seat. Why? Because as we speak, only 2 persons. In fact, let me end on this stuff. Let me end on this. Only 2 persons as we speak right now who have that experience. In fact, only 1 person have that experience more than George Weah, which is former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. She's the only Liberian alive who has served the presidency for 12 years. President Weah has served it for 6 years. So by 2023 this year, no Liberian contesting for the presidency have served as a president before. None of them understand the Brian Butler issue. None of them understand the real-time governance.
That's the advantage of an incumbent.
So it means he's the most experienced, the most qualified, the most competent person. So continuity. We need to continue the great work. A hope that you can trust. A hope that you can count on that can bear you rule. A hope that can initiate a process where the 3 branches of government, people will reduce their salary. Varflay, when I came to government, as a deputy executive director at the Environmental Protection Agency, which is an equivalent to a deputy minister, I inherited a car that was purchased in 2016, a Toyota 2016 Fortuner. I inherited that car from my predecessor. Since 2018 up to now, the car is about 6 years old. I'm still using that car, and I'm okay with that car. Nobody has purchased me car. In past government, every 3 years, people were purchasing car. People are saying, President, we are thank you for ensuring that government ministers do not live in luxury. Because when we went for the one of the first cabinet retreat in Krembasso County, the president was categorically emphatic and said, you have come to government not to live in luxury, you've come to serve the Liberian people. This is the pro-poor agenda, giving power to the people. When you are giving power to the people, what you do, you build military hospital. When you are giving power to the people, what you do, you send 19 doctors abroad to specialize in their very field of discipline. You are not here to purchase car out of the town. And I'm emphasizing on this to tell you that people out there who are saying we are wasteful, you have no proof. All you say is you just speak loosely. You speak to somebody who is a victim of verbal diarrhea. You have no evidence. You have no evidence. You talk loosely. Like the guy today who property have been confiscated. Those are men who are just unleashing rubbish everywhere on the media on the basis of integrity when they have zero integrity in this.
Ronald, don't tell me that you're celebrating his misfortune.
I'm not celebrating his misfortune, but I'm celebrating the fortune of people who were saved from his devilish act. There were patients out there who want to seek real medication. This nigger today whose property has been confiscated was a buy apple out there, and this was a man taking microphone to people's mouth talking about integrity. There is a famous saying that he who preaches equity must come with clean. So it tells you if that man on the media has a skeleton in his closet. Liberians are gathering to say, we trust you. We don't trust all of these people because they got skeleton. Yeah, that's the same February 4th. I'm telling you, I'm giving you a link. You have to follow the link while Liberians are gathering. They are gathering to say, we don't trust these people.
Now the target is
and we trust President Weah. So we are nominating you to continue where you started. Because where you've started, we don't trust these people. We believe when they come back, they might take away our free education policy at the University of Liberia. We believe when they come back, they might increase their pay. They might make 20,000, 30,000. But you have reduced the pay of your cabinet ministers. So I bring a gathering to say thank you to President Weah firstly, and to re-nominate him to continue his good work, to continue putting Liberia on the path, to continue making Liberia to a point where the President of the United States of America can be pleased, certified, and invite just 5 presidents, and President Weah of Liberia, one of those 5 presidents, who were invited in a private meeting to discuss democratic governance and freedom of speech and good governance across the landscape of Africa. Today, there's no political prisoner in our country. That's good governance. Yes, you saw what happened around here. Radio stations were closed down because of labor, and labor has been decriminalized under President Weah. No political criminal. So these are reasons why Liberians are gathering. Liberians are gathering to say, despite the fact that people criticize you, it's only government where people go and protest and you give them water. There were people around here who who talk about no president since the foundation of our nation had desecrated. When they use those words, they were giving job. They wanted to resuscitate. They say we tired suffering. They could not really manage 100,000. It got missing. These people are not trusted. So Liberians are gathering to say, look, we trust you, President. We are continue your good work. Continue your good fiscal policy.
So
right?
February 4, the target I understand is 1 million people.
Yeah, minimum 1 million. They are gathering across to say thank you to the president. It's happening simultaneously around the country.
So is that necessarily 1 million people gathering at the ATS?
It's happening all around the country. All around the country. ATS the capacity I think about 15 to 20,000. But the entire Central Monrovia is going to be on lockdown. The entire Mosorada is going to be on lockdown. The entire country Liberia is going to be on lockdown because take a microphone in Bokonji there. People there will be giving gratitude to the president. We are. Take your microphone to Grange there. People there will be saying thank you to the president. We are. Take a microphone to the fairground in Grand Bassett. People will be saying thank you to the president. We are. Take a microphone to where they constructing the road in Medina to Rawaspo. People will be saying thank you to the president. We are. Take a microphone to of course Bapolu to Riverside to Tobaita in Grange County, to Pointer in Sano County, to Joazon in Sano County. People will be saying thank you to President Weah. So it's not just a Morovia business. It's going to be a cataclysmic conversion all around the country that day.
So I mean, the main program. What do we hope to see? You know, I know the nomination will come. You already spoken of, appreciation. There will be appreciation taking place. Who are the groups? And people are saying, well, there are only Seditians who will gather, no ordinary or people from the other side will come there. Do you think that the group will be made of people who are convicted to join to support?
Family. I don't know. I guess you just want me to emphasize. You sat there and the most recent by-election that was here in Lofa County, it was won by a CDC candidate, right?
Yeah.
It was won by a CDC candidate. Those are people who were never voting CDC before. People are turning around. Varflay, where are you? Are you sleeping?
You think there is conversion?
People are turning around. Not just sedition gathering at the ATS. Liberians, independents, religious people from the diaspora are going to gather to say, look, for the first time in this country, we now have our rights by once a Liberian, always a Liberian. The dual citizenship bill. People are putting in Liberia. Go to Brussels and ask for their manifesto of people coming to the country. People are coming for that program. People who were sitting on the fence are now in the fence. They are in the fence. Students are converging as students to say thank you. Widows are gathering.
Why is that happening?
It's happening because of a sound fiscal discipline exhibited by our president over the year, because of good governance. It is happening because of electricity connection around the country. Over 600 million. Over 60 million or so has been invested in our electricity on the transport arrangement, and today people are aggressively connected every day on our national grid. People have decided to gather, not just sedition, not just the government, because to say thank you to the president for stabilizing the price of fuel oil. All around the world, we know that fuel oil price have increased. Matter of fact, this government has kept the price of fuel stable for 50 months before the Ukraine and Russia war. Russia is a big power in a sense of oil export. And the war with Ukraine is having a global shock, it's having a global effect on everyone. But before that time, the government kept the price of fuel very stable. We also were able to let 10 million go annually in revenue just from tax exemption on fuel, just to have our people having a bread and butter issue every day. We were also able to spend $14 million over the last 2 budget years on subsidizing rice importers. So the ordinary men out there who have been benefiting from the sound governance instituted by President Weah, they are going out there. They may not necessarily be sedition, but they are Liberians who are feeling the trickle-down effect of good governance. They are Liberians who are feeling the trickle-down effect of nationalism to the epitaph. The President Weah intuition, his intuitive governance is having effect not just on us in government, it's having effect on the man who was suffering from kidney issue at JFK, who was always going to Ghana to get a dialysis. Today he's no longer going to Ghana and spending a lot of money. So he just have to go to the JFK. President, we are spending the taxpayer money at JFK to ensure that Instead of the art dialysis clinic is instituted there and Liberians are going there. So you asking me it's just sedition? No, there's not just sedition. Matter of fact, you see people. I saw the youth league of our party just had a program where thousands of UP are very disappointed. UPs very disappointed, disenchanted UP partisans. They say the coming president, we have to support him because their Senate bearer is not healthy. The constitution talks against ill health. He's not healthy. We are praying for him, and of course, people trust the governance infrastructure of today's dispensation. So to say only sedition, no, it's just beyond. It's just beyond CDC. It's so a Liberian thing. Liberian people have resolved to ensure that President we are continuing the good job he's doing.
Randall, what kind of statement will a huge turnout present?
A huge turnout. It may not be a surprise to me. It will just be a validation of the good work we've done, and that huge turnout, which I'm extremely, exceedingly sure about, right, is going to further validate the president's good work he's been doing. It's going to send a message out there to those boys who are struggling with their lifestyle.
What about low turnout?
What you call low turnout? There's no low turnout.
I ask you about a huge turnout. What kind of statement that would
present? So let me continue on what it means. That huge turnout, it means that they are saying thank you to the government for passing the MCC scorecard for the first time with the higher school. That's why it's just going to suggest that what you're doing, we like it and keep on. And that's what the reality is. Who will not turn out when you build a market structure? Who will not turn out when you build homes, free of charge, and then they got Camo for the first time they see Camo? Who's not going to turn out? Who's going to turn a bad from good life? Who is turning a bad from good governance? Nobody knows what that happens. So I don't talk tales to say short low turnout. That's thought is imaginary. It's utopia. It's far-fetched. It's not real. I don't talk about imaginary stuff. It's like me talking about something 300 years ago and saying I was there. No, it's imaginary. I can't talk anything 300 years ago without referencing proper history. So I don't know on why, but instead out of imagination, you're talking about low turnout. Look at what you see. Do you go on social media? Go on, listen, look, open the line and listen to chorus.
How is mobilization?
People are self-mobilized. People are self-mobilizing. Right now we are out of teachers. We are out of teachers, and we are begging people now to wear their old shirts, and of course, if possible, sedition. We normally print our own T-shirts. So it's just about conversion and telling the people out there, look, that enough is enough. We have our own. The men from slum to stardom, the men who understand the suffering of the ordinary masses, the men who was throwing the dirty fee in West Point to an oasis of modern fee. The fee that is so there's a man who is making the unusual very usual. There's a man who has made governance very simple. Right before those days, people of my age will not be sitting as a deputy in government. You have to be maybe 50, 60 years of age, maybe somewhere in some other big, you are a big boy doing other big things in the night. That's when you can serve in the type of position we serve in. So Liberians do not have the trust in those people out there, those non-sayer and non-maker, who cannot even keep their own political arrangement together, who cannot even manage 75,000 for their so-called protest. Imagine if the group who want to unseat President Weah cannot imagine 100,000, can they manage a million that is being grown. That President Weah is growing rapidly to billions. The budget we made are somewhat very low. Now it's hitting billion. Revenue generation is very attractive right now. So, Varflay, in short, what I want to tell you is there will be a huge turnout. There'll be a huge turnout. All we can tell people, if you don't make your way before 12 midday, just stay to your house.
I was coming there.
If you do not make if you do not make your way at the ATM before 12 midday, just stay home because there will be no space. There will be no space. Look, I'm the Deputy Secretary General for Record and Research. The amount of calls I receive on a daily basis, I receive more than 15 calls in the studio. You can verify it. People are texting me for t-shirts. People are texting me for direction on how everything will be like. Imagine how many calls the chairman is receiving. Imagine how many calls SG Jefferson Tamakoji is receiving. So I'm trying to tell you, Varflay, that day, it's just going to be icing a cake and say no. This is single. This is a one round victory arrangement we are on here.
So the county chapters, how the arrangements there?
The county chapter, they got their teachers, they got all of their activities.
They will have their
program. It's a nationwide initiative, Varflay. It's a nationwide initiative. Liberians are joyfully saying, look, enough is enough. We want to save taxpayer money. We want to stop the first round, second round thing. We just want to do first round. And we said that winner, because we spent too many million on first round, second round, Varflay. So the elections will be over before election, and Saturday is going to substantiate, guarantee, and illustrate that to the highest degree.
Okay, you're listening to the Super Morning Show on ELBC Radio with me, Varflay Kamara. Rana Dubayu, tough talking, Deputy Secretary General for Records and Research, Congress for Democratic Changes in the studio. Well, he said we should lay down low the EPA stuff, but we've also dealt with it. Now we're on February 4. Now, just before we take the calls, Randa, the Sona, I guess you were at Capitol. What struck you the most?
Look, everything was struck. Sona was brilliant. Everything about Sona was very brilliant, Varflay. Look, let me tell you, I felt a sense of belonging when the president made specific emphasis to the young people. I felt a sense of nationalism when the president recognized that young people constitute a significant portion of our population, and that young people must be given a chance to make decisions.
Even also, he appointed to.
I'm coming to the point. Yeah. And that young people should not be seen as stooges, as material, as conduit to political power. That young people should not be used by actors and actresses, in fact, blind actors and actresses of the old order to institute violence. Young people must be seen as a credo of civilization. Young people must be seen as a feature, and that feature must be manifested in the empowerment we give the young people today. That was something that I thought was very nationalistic. When the president of the republic, in his national address, recognized a young lady, less than 24 years old young lady, Beninka Elliott, as the first female president for the Federation of Liberian Youth. The Federation of Liberian Youth represent over 64% of our population. It constitutes vast majority of the Liberian population. The president, by that pronouncement, recognizes the importance of the young people of this country. That's the reason why the young people correspondingly, they are going to turn out in their minds to also recognize the president for recognizing it. Not just that, for increasing the budget of flight and having support to the young people of this country. Not just that, the president emphasis for peace. The president emphasis for peace. This is the first time since 2003 that everything done in this country is 100% by our government. Those days, only was here providing security. So the government of the past did not need to spend money on security. There were a lot of foreign direct transfer by the president of over 15,000 army troops in this country. It had a lot of effect on our economies. Today, the Liberian government had to show the shock of that swift drawdown of United Nations in 2018. And so the president, to maintain the peace, the maintenance of the peace was a greater emphasis by the president that I cherish so much. And of course, his emphasis to our tie with the great United States of America. He signaled by that statement that if you're not friend to the America, you can't be friend to me. People out there who are not friends to America, people out there who are giving people fake degree in America, who harming American citizens, the president say you can't be my friend. If you are pushing equity and harming American citizens and by extension Liberian citizen, you cannot be my friend. If you are struggling, for lifestyle, you are not a friend to the America. If you have no direction. So the president said a lot of good things, but importantly, Varflay, he talks about, reducing Liberian inflation to a single digit. It was about 30 to 40% before this government. And today our inflation has been stabilized. He referenced to IMF. IMF referencing Liberia as an emergency haven for macroeconomic stability is something that I think Liberians out there must cherish. In our sub-region today, we were able to maintain a price of rice, $13. You know what it means to wait 14 million naira every year, all because you do not want your citizens to suffer. I think that's something that amuses me a lot. And of course, I'm from Grangida County. The president securing off the full fundings to pave the 75 kilometers of road between Total, and Zouadou City, Zulu Whiskey, the great city of Zulu Whiskey, is something that amuses me most, Varflay. So everything about the president Sona were all tangible, they were fat driven, spending $38.9 million in free tuition over the years was something the president said, and I'm very much happy about that. He talks about spending 12.8 million on the United States on the country tour implementation of major promises that were made, and then the county meet tournament, the completion of the Omega Tower Douala Market project, the continuation of the Abino headquarter construction, and Liz is doing all of these all around the country. The president talked about the $29.7 million Transco land. The payment has been done, and he's also talking about our involvement with ECOWAS and those major bills that have been passed over the years. So, and we talk about revenue. We got more revenue this year than any other year recorded. Legal revenue. We're not talking about in the past people had interest in collecting illegal revenue and converting it to their personal use. No, and also, spending money in anti-graft institutions like the LSCC. Today, the LSCC new act, even the president of the United States, of Liberia, doesn't have the power to just dismiss any LSCC commissioner if the commissioner does the right thing or even the wrong thing. They have been protected by law. GSC, there have been more budgetary support to these institutions fighting corruption. Who does that? Most government and most presidents do not spend money in anti-graft institutions, they suppress them. But our government is spending money to those institutions, in fact, even the Internal Revenue Agency. So the government is on track, and there were many things said that I cannot just overemphasize.
And also, the increment of some civil servants who were making below, 150, and to effect the Decent Work Act.
Yeah.
That was
the greatest of all. There are people making below the minimum wage.
That was a policy statement.
It was a policy statement, and I'm hearing that the lawmakers now have started debating, and there are possibility that they want to even increase from 150 minimum to about 200. That is positive. The president of the nation is the only person that can think in that direction, who can say that reduce our pay and let increase the pay of the ordinary people. So that was said for the ordinary people out there, the teachers, the police, the sweeper, the janitor, people who have less choices to make, people who have less take home, people who are the most vulnerable people in our society. These are the people the president instead of the nation was directly directed to, and I think they are happy. From the survey we've getting so far since the state of the nation, the Liberian people are happy. They are in high gear to converge on February 4th to tell the president thank you.
On another note, Randall, how important are first-time voters in these elections?
They are extremely important.
Does the CDC rely on them?
We rely on every democracy, but I told you the president emphasis on young people, his respect, his investment in young people, right? He has made the young people to gravitate towards him. Most of the young people, they see their lifestyle in him. Most of the young people of this country, they are humble. Most of the young people of this country, they are from a poverty-stricken background. Most of the young people from this country, they are despised. They are discriminated against. These are lifestyle and these are experiences that President Weah experienced. So most of these young people, they see themselves manifested in President Weah's story. His story is like the story of any other young man in this country. And so the young people of this country, they have gravitated to President Weah. And record has it that we've always have a majority of the first-time voters voting for President Weah. And why we did not vote for President Weah? Most of the people who are in the quadrant of the young folk demography, they have benefited from the free whites policy. Most of them just at that level, right? Without voting, they've already started benefiting. Because imagine if you are from a family of 5 and your parents have to pay YFE for everybody. That money has been converted and saved for something else and is making their life better. So they have felt and continue to feel the positive impact of the leadership ability from George Weah. The good governance.
They have this sense of appreciation.
The strong sense of appreciation and gratitude, and a stronger sense that because for them they are very blessed. They did not pay YF fees. You pay YF fees. I pay YF fees. They are not going to pay fees at the University of Liberia. They are not going to stay in long queue to do registration. They now have e-registration, which the government invested over $400,000 United States dollars. So they've got more reason to support a man of their kind.
Okay, if you want to be a part of the program, you can call us on 0800514-096, 0800514-096, or 07705818886, 07705818886. Let's hear from this person. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Call us on 0770581886. 0770581886. Let's hear from this person. Morning.
Good morning.
Morning. What's the name?
My name is James Tano. I'm calling from Rehab.
Let's hear you.
I want to say thank you so much to Randa Duba. You one of the persons I admire in the government, a young guy who's fighting for environmental protection. Honorable, I think I have a concern concerning the place you call Postan, particular swampland reaching to the bridge there's a road that is being put down there. I don't know if the EPA is aware of that. Secondly, to the blue tsunami on the 4th of February, I want to say thank you so much. There are a whole lot of momentum. We from the angle of the airport, taxi driver, I think yesterday some share was sent to us, and we need more share because the momentum is in high gear in Magibi. So I want to say thank you so much. So I didn't have to see about that bridge here I'm talking about. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's hear from this person. Morning.
Good morning,
Morning.
Varflay.
Yeah, what's the name?
Let me say good morning to Minister of Rwanda Dubayu. Thank you this morning for the talking point. This is Evan J. Swan from District 2, Mosuano County.
Okay.
You know, the discussion is very interesting this morning to the extent that, we just have to add our voices to what, we continue to hear you, our journalists continue to flag, about the president's solar address. It's so important. And one of the major part that really touches me about the solar address is that, the issue that have to do with civil servants that are making below 150, that their salary should be amended to, to at least to 20 to 30%. That is very important for our Liberian, community. And also the issue that have to do with our national security. And the president also making mention about the U.S. If you are not a friend to the U.S., then you cannot be a friend to it. That is very key. And the president continue to commend our international partners that continue to help with resources in this country, that the president has received less resources and he's doing more work, more than even 12 years. You compare president, we have 6 years with the entire 12 year of Marasari. I tell you, let me very frank. And the issue about Waro and Garoing, the president has scored the mark. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Call us on 0770581886. Let's hear from this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. What's the name? Oh, call us back. Call us on 077. We're finding it difficult with our 080514096 line, so you can call this alternative. Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, this is Arthur Murray from Soglin Community.
Let's hear you, Mr. Morris.
Yeah, I just want to commend our studio guest, Mr. Dovayu, for the deliberation. But we want to be part of that match, but we don't have access to any information pertaining to how we will get there.
Oh, okay, but then he will tell you. I'm sure he has the protocol where bosses. Yeah. All right. So keep
Where you
listening.
live?
Where you live? You said?
Soul Clinic, around the Soul Clinic mission.
Okay. He will respond to you. Just listen to the show. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Morning.
Good morning.
Morning. What's your name?
I'm Cover Fire calling from District 13.
Let's hear you, Comfort.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, we lost you. But call back on 0770581886. 0770581886. And be live on the Super Morning Show this morning. Call us on 0770581886. And be live on the Super Morning Show. Yeah, but Dubai, you already listened to some of the concerns. You can respond to some of them. Then we can take another batch of course. Rana.
Yeah. So to those of you who want to go there, it's open. In fact, as we speak, at the headquarters right now, t-shirts have been distributed, and all of the districts. If you live so clean, there's a district headquarters. Just go to the district headquarters. You're gonna get your t-shirts, and of course on that day, you just make your way. I would advise you, if you have car, let the car stay home. You just walk. It's gonna be a walking day. You're not going to make your way through with a vehicle. You maybe you might try with motorbikes, but I think it's going to be a tough day. That day is just dedicated to the nomination of President Weah, and it's going to be a huge display of gratitude and just saying thank you and say keep on the good work. So even myself, I'm going to walk that day. So if you are so clean, just make your way to EWA Junction. Everyone from Plainsville will converge at EWA Junction and start making their way to the ATS. And of course, there may be some buses available, but the reason why we want to discourage telling you that, because if you got too many cars, people will not plow. That day is dedicated to us. We we are going to exercise, we are going to walk. But for you, I encourage you strongly to maybe come to the party headquarters, and then we can march from there to go. So if you are far away from your party office in your district, but I strongly encourage you to connect with the party office in the district, because we've decentralized the activity by coordinating with the party offices in various districts across Mosurada and across various counties as well.
Okay, let's take this round of call. Morning.
Yeah, Valley, and good morning, Valley, and good morning to the Conscious Money Liberian.
Yeah, let's hear you.
My name is Abraham Political Modisetu, and I call from the headquarters of the Veterans Bureau on the most talk about Avenue this morning. Let me appreciate Honorable Ronald Dubayo. I think he spoke very lengthily. Right information at the right time bring relief to the public. Listen to when Ronald saying how significant is the first time voter. The first time voter, they hard gear to see how bad they can do everything possible to be part of the second victory. Excellency President John Mane, we had February 4 becoming Saturday. And through the battle bars, come or two. Look, the people are tested. They said that they will elect the President John Mane with a based on tangible. When we talk about time, we talk about things I can see with a naked eye. The issue of the 14 military hospital, the issue of road connectivity, the issue of free tuition at the University of Liberia. So, opposition will not listen to that false political doctrine. We let President John Mane, we are on the basis of transformation.
Thank you. Let's take this call from Nigeria. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Ambassador SK calling from Abuja, Nigeria.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Director for EPA, Ronald Dubayo, and a friend and a GM brother to me. I admire the way our government proceeding. Look, let me be fair. If you don't travel out of Liberia, see that only Liberia people are suffering. As big as Nigeria, people are suffering in Nigeria. More people already in Nigeria, 25 people in Nigeria, they're going to tell you to follow the US. Okay? So if you be in Liberia, if you buy one bag of oil, $17.5 US, and you are complaining that you are suffering the economy, I mean, you are deceiving yourself. Okay? So for me, I admire the business so much as persona. The way it deliver is spoke to the Liberian people. And I think Gapa in Brandy understood it well. And so the point that the director is trying to outline, these are the major points that when we receive tomorrow on the 4th of February, the people, the massive active will assemble at the ATS to appreciate very well that Just Mane, we are the president of the people of Liberia. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's take this call. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. What's the name?
My name is Prince Bogo, calling from Rahim, Jeremy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I must commend you this morning for your expose. Or everybody said you said it right. Or we will vote President Weah because of the good work and the good governance. As I'm talking now, I can write anything to go to look back to free, almost free of charge. I can write anything to go to second day. So what? I'll be tempted to say I will not vote for President Weah. So I will encourage whosoever are in the gap to say they don't want President Weah to decide now to get the law in.
Okay.
Rent is not the only problem for all in that go here. Our major problem is rural connectivity because that gives rise to agriculture boost.
Okay.
So we will converse them on Saturday to make sure to nominate President Weah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Morning. Oh, sorry, I can't continue with you. But Randolph, you listen to the concerns.
Yeah, the people are validating the argument. The argument is gaining currency. The argument has gained currency. The argument will keep gaining currency. The people are validating the argument that we've made. They are going to say, thank you to President. We are for the 38 kilometer of road you've built from Greenville to Weirton in Sano County. Why would the people not assemble? They won't assemble because they are aware of the 118 kilometer of road that the president has built from Greenville to Boa in Chicken in Sano County and Green Crew. Of course, there are other people who are experiencing and have benefited from the 115 kilometer of road between Plibo and Toboa in Chicken Sano County as well. And of course, there are other people who may not be there. There are other people who are just in Greenwich there. There's 130 kilometer of road between Ziatan from the Kuniwochi down to Zwaju in the chain terrain. There are people in Putuken, of course, in Greenwich County who are very much show off a 72 kilometer of road. Of course, there are people there in Bomi County between Kompansu and Konya to Vonjima. This road connectivity are ongoing. There are people everywhere in the country. There are people, of course, in Johnsonville, the 5.4 kilometer of road leading towards Mount Barclay, who today they are very happy instead of passing all around red light. They now have a shocker, a paved road. They will say thank you to President Weah for building of road. The 12 kilometer of Johnsonville Road, turning point, all the way to my coffee. Is also ongoing. 4.2 kilometer of Soul Clinic Road. The brother who just called for Soul Clinic can validate that. We're talking about 2.1 kilometer of Peace Island Road. And everywhere around the country, you're becoming to feel the impact of road. 1.5 kilometer of road at Hotel Africa. And then Kisikam to GSA Road, which is about 300 meters, has been paved. The 3.2 kilometer of Bali Island Access Road has been paved. And of course, ground has been broken for the 6.5 kilometer of St. Paul to Freeport Road corridor. So things are happening all around the country. People are feeling the impact of development. And the people at West Point today, as I speak to you, on the climate change arrangement, we've secured 25 million from the Green Climate Fund to ensure that a revertment is made to make intervention as a result of a marine transgression that has occurred there over the years. And of course, that is an accumulated impact over the time. And so when the study was done, when we brought the Dutch frame through UNDP arrangement, the coastal delta and river, we did that through President Weah influence. 25 million has been secured today to make intervention there. Not just that, what happened in Nicrutan to the D2 High School. There was a 1.2 million coastal add-on project that stressed the coastal intervention there, and we secured D2, which is a national educational heritage for the people of Nicrutan and the people of Bushwa Island. Not just that, as I speak to you, the main on Mississippi Street in Sano County, Greenville, is a show of a $10 million intervention on the sea erosion that we are building a revetment. Right now, as I speak to you, we are liberating the rights there because that's government co-funding to ensure that a strong intervention is made. So the impact everywhere is being made in the fishery sector. You see what is happening with NAFA. NAFA now has been everywhere because of the good work they are doing. You see the fishermen. People now know about the fishery sector. It once there or non-existing sector. The National Road Fund was never operationalized. It is just government has operationalized the issue about the road fund, and we are generating money going back to the people. Every road we talk about, most of these roads, majority of them are funded from dollars collected from our taxpayer, our patriotic taxpayer, our nationalistic taxpayer. So, Varflay development is everywhere. It is glaring. You cannot. The developmental phenomenon is like the force of a wind. You cannot go against. It's nature. If you defy it, will throw you away.
So Randall, following Saturday's program, can you safely say the political battle line now will be June?
It has been June. There's no battle, honestly. The battle is with ourselves. We just need to communicate with our people. Our people need to be communicated to, because the people know what is happening.
Why are you rating the opposition off?
Is there an opposition? Where's the headquarter? How many a day? No, let me honest.
I can show you this. I can show you the CPP.
Who is CPP?
Party
What
headquarters
constitutes the CPP?
in Sinko.
There are various branches of the CPP. So which branch of the CPP are you talking about? The United Party, as I'm concerned, is not part of the CPP. I think there's
the CPP.
There's a man called Cummins. There's one guy called Cummins.
The CPP comprises of Liberty Party and ANC.
No, yeah, and then initially there were how many? There's one guy called Cummins. I don't know. I'm told he got one angle of the CPP, and there's another man called Belete. Yeah, it's fragmented. If you cannot even govern yourself in your own political party, just for 6 years, who can you govern? So you don't. I get distracted when I hear about opposition. They are practically non-existent. We went to an election, 14 out of the 15 counties voted for President Weah. So who is the opposition? The numbers are there. Who? 7% hero, a man who is still struggling with his own lifestyle. How can he struggle with the lifestyle of everybody in Liberia? You cannot maintain your own lifestyle. So there's no opposition. All we have group of greedy, self-seeking, loud-mouth desperados who are just parading the corridor because it is easier to stop than to work. They got nothing to prove. What can you say? One of those who is now facing justice in America, who wanted to be president, 5 different rooms.
Who wanted to be president?
There's a guy. I don't know any guy who got a fake degree in industry. I think they say he owns spoon. I'm told he wanted to be. No, listen to me. It's what I heard. It's what I heard.
That's propaganda.
No, it's that. Who determined what propaganda is?
That's propaganda.
Who determined propaganda? When this man sat on a radio station and said he will ensure that he go in all trenches and campaign against President Weah because President Weah is corrupt. No, you go and hear it. I'm urging you to go back and hear it. There's a man with no evidence. We are quoting court documents. I said this man is a criminal, and he said that's propaganda.
That's propaganda.
No,
anyway, call us on 07705818886. Call us on 0.
Are these the people you call opposition, Varflay?
Call us on 07705818886 and be live on the Super Morning Show this morning. 07705818886. Let's hear from this person. Good morning. Good morning. What's your name?
Yes, this is Tito calling for Red.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to thank my young brother studio. You don't need to say he too much because the opposition said that no tablet is in a very clean in our hospital. So you don't need to say he. So come 2023, come October 10, we know who in the bureau. You can say that here in America, you find all the opportunities and you say you choose for like very own la bureau. So I just want to thank the president for the level of work that he has done. I saw Kawakian to fish. I saw the road on Facebook, brother. And that much I said, no, not Kawakian road. I think I never come to the road. They post on Facebook to fool up. But thank Mr. Weah for what he is doing. Because we give him no less. And we need to enjoy his children. So I just want to.
Well, I think we lost him. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
How are you?
I bless God.
Okay.
That weekend we read exam on this morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, calling you again. I'm Joseph Emmanuel too. Yeah, from the 72nd bill. Yes. On the Bekube Avenue and the 72nd bill. Oh, brother, I tell you and I tell you for free. I always tell people put me on record. There is nobody. Saturday they're going to see.
Okay.
What's going to happen.
Okay.
From now to June, half of the guys who say they want to be, they will be coming over. It is not much that will be around here. It's why it is tangible. People are seeing it, they are testing it. So, brother, thank you again for your talk this morning.
Thank you.
And I want to tell my brother that it's you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're propagate. We're going to propagate.
Thank you so much. Randall, so your parting comments.
Yeah, thank you very much, Varflay. So thanks to Liberians on my voice. Nobody has criticized. Of course, we welcome criticism, but the people who did call a few minutes ago, they validated our claim in studio, so we are not talking out of illusion. We are talking out of facts. So in my conclusion, I'd like to say again, Don't be surprised, Liberians are going to gather on Saturday to say thank you to President Weah for providing agricultural grants to up to 60,000 farmers to improve food security across Liberia, because he believes that we should eat what we grow and grow what we eat. And of course, as we speak, President Weah has invested in over 200 kilometers of feeder roads to support agro businesses around the country. So of course, we are gathering on Saturday to say thank you to President Weah. Of course, people across Liberia, in our sub-region, we have the highest life expectancy now in the Mano River area. Before, people were dying before 65 years of age. Now we have the highest in the Mano River country, which is 65 years of age. That's good news. People are going to gather to say thank you. Thank you for the reduction of extreme poverty by more than 8%. That's according to the World Poverty Lab, not just Liberia. Thank you for the reduction in the multiple dimension of poverty, and one of the fastest countries that saw a dramatic decline since 2022 global multidimensional poverty index report. And now, of course, people are going to say thank you. Contrary to the misperception, Liberia has seen one of the highest increases in feminist mobilization on the globe, which means that we have improved our parity in the context of social equity for women, and that is a validation and a data given by the UNDP Development Report 2022. Not Liberia saying this, not me saying this. So again, people are going to say thank you for supporting the expansion of our court, the judiciary system. Right, we have zero political prisoners, like I said. Thank you for signing the dual citizenship bill. The Liberians in the diaspora now, they have been re-Liberianized. Once a Liberian, always a Liberian. That has been re-manifested by the work the president has done by instituting dual citizenship bill. And then lastly, people are going to say thank you for increasing the budget of the security apparatus, the army now. Just in fiscal year 2020 coming is about 4 million, and then increasing soldier pay by 20% to support the peace in Mali. Before, people were keeping peace here, now we are keeping peace. People are going to say thank you for paying 1.1 million money to the soldiers who money was stealing by the United Party. Remember, this guy from Lufa County did not take a senatorial seat because the United Party-led government, who are now claiming to be rescuer, they stole, and the president now has to go and correct that error. So people are going to say thank you for all of these things. And so, fellow Liberians under my voice, I want to say you have to go in your district. The mobilization is done. We've been naturally mobilized. Go to the various district offices, locate your zonal heads, locate your supervisors, locate the coordinators, the district chairman, the women league, the youth league, the disabled league, and the blind, and those they call Zogo, the less fortunate people. Everyone, we got to converge in our community and put our way and make our way to the ATS. Now, I'm advising you, if it is after 12 and you are not on the ATS, please stay in your community. The impact will still be fair everywhere in Liberia, whether in Bogon Jide, from Cape Palma to Cape Man, from the hilltop of Wologisi way down to the hospitality, the communities of Grand Bassac, and from Ponytown in Sano County to Bomi, Tomebre, everywhere the momentum will be fair. So we want you to remain in your county, remain in your district, and let's celebrate the president. Come on the ATS for those of all who will be coming. You have to come very soon. If you can walk, I urge you to walk. That day is a D day. That day is a thank you day. That day is a validation day. That day is the day to send the opposition in a state of oblivion, so that they may not come and make their fun noise again. They call us mosquito, but we agree we are the mosquito. Come out and say you are not mosquito. You are real voters. You are here to validate and say thank you to President Weah for the job well done. Thank you to President Weah for working exceedingly hard to redeem Liberia from the bondage of abject poverty, from the bondage of backwardness created by the old oligarchy of the past, to the endless state of absolute prosperity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rana Dubayu. He's the Secretary General for Research Records at the Congress for Democratic Change. He's been my guest. Very shortly, we will play you a commentary titled "An Eye Opener" or "An Eye on the Ball" for a second term mandate. President Weah claims his first term annual